You know, in today's day and age, domestic violence is a lot different than it was before. I think when our parents and grandparents were raising families, domestic violence dealt with abusive husbands only. And now, in the decades and years that have come forward, we've seen where wives have been abusive towards husbands. We see now where boyfriends are abusive towards girlfriends, where girlfriends are abusive towards boyfriends, where children are abusive towards parents and parents are abusive towards children. And that now all comes under the guise of domestic violence. We handle a lot of domestic violence cases, and those are all each individual scenarios that we have handled on many different levels. As recently as the other day, we were retained by a couple. One of the spouses got arrested on their wedding night for domestic battery for a fight that they had on their wedding night. I cannot tell you what that was about, but it was interesting nonetheless. The point is that the goal for a domestic violence case remains the same as it does for any criminal case, and that is to get the case dismissed. How we do that in a domestic violence case really depends upon the circumstances that are presented to us by the case and the parties that are involved. If the parties are willing to reconcile and want to stay together as a family unit or as boyfriend or girlfriend, there are a lot of things that we're able to bring to the table and suggestions to them to work on things so that we can get the state attorney's office to drop the charges. If it's a couple, are no longer going to be together, they're going to be divorced, we would present that to the prosecutors like, look, this situation's over with. These people are not going to hurt each other anymore. They're not going to be in need of police services anymore. The situation's been resolved by a divorce. A lot of times that will result in a dismissal of the case. If the victim wants to prosecute the charges, then we must vigorously defend that. If the victim in the case does not want to prosecute the charges, then we would advocate on behalf of the victim for the defendant's benefit, for the client's benefit, to get the best possible result. So we look for alternative solutions outside of court that will result in a dismissal in court for any domestic violence client.